Uh, Jimmy Stevens, how does God know anything? How could he like justify something like the laws of logic being true without begging the question? I don't get that.
Like, how does he know the laws of logic
Yeah,
are
what's his
exist or
justification?
something?
What's his non-begging justification that the laws of logic are true, sir? I don't understand what you're not understanding.
Okay, well, I don't think that God
Godless,
reason.
Jimmy. Jimmy, just ignore Godless. You don't engage.
Well,
Hey,
just
Jimmy,
because
are you Christian?
Wait, why are you guys trying to let Jimmy get out of my
Oh, I'm
question?
sorry, Gigi.
Jimmy, does God have non-begging justification that the laws of logic are true?
Don't do it.
Topic. Yeah, well, just for the sake of the room, like, I think the nature of the question is malformed because I don't think God reasons discursively about whether something is true or not. So he doesn't have to reach knowledge about logical facts by means of inference. So it's not even. It's like saying,
Wait, he doesn't have
there's.
justification.
I'm sorry.
Does he or does he not have justification?
I think in a sense, yeah. It kind of depends on how you define justification, but yeah, like in a very loose way of
Well,
speaking, sure.
justification is
But
going
we
to
just mean the same
require
thing.
an inference, sir.
Oh, I don't share that. I think that's a very problematic.
Look, my
Uh,
definition, when I'm asking you about justification, my definition of justification is that it raises the probability that your belief is true. So I don't know what sense of like, what does God have that would raise the probability that his belief is true, that the laws of logic are true, that's not question begging? Well, I guess it can't be just begging, question begging if you think that it's non-inferential, but so what does he have, like an intuition or something, and that's how he justifies it, by an intuition?
no, no, I just think that so there's multiple ways of explaining this. I think that we can explain it by looking at the attributes of God and by looking at his status as creator, right? So the one of the ways of answering that question is just to say that, well, it's God's plan, it's God's acting that makes the laws of logic. So it's the fact that God creates things
I
that is
have
important.
no idea what that means.
But it means something like that. Like, I'll explain it this way, right? That look, when I'm born into the world is already there for me to come and reason about and learn facts about it. So the laws of logic and a lot of facts about human psychology and the process it's gone over history, that's all already there for me to try to learn and find out. But that's not the situation that God finds himself in. There's no already there-ness for God to learn. There's no
God
environment.
was in a
Um,
situation where the laws of logic weren't true?
no, I don't think so. But just to finish what I'm saying, right? So God is very different in that he's not preceded by what he knows. Rather, the fact that he knows it is secured by the fact that he's the one creating it. It's just his thoughts that define the very concepts that we're talking about when we talk about logic, right? In a way, when we talk about logic, we're talking about something that God created. There is no concept to discuss except God created logic, and that's one way to think about how God's certainty is secured about what the laws of logic are.
Sorry, I was going over a bridge and you cut out, so I didn't hear everything you said. But wait, did you say God created the laws of logic?
Yeah, that's right. That's my view.
What the fuck? Creation is the temporal notion, sir. I thought God was atemporal.
I don't know. I don't know how long you've been in the conversation, but Daniel brought up
So
distinctly
before
that
God created the laws of
there.
logic, there was no logic, sir? So it could have been both true and not true at the same time, that God existed because the law of non-contradiction wasn't true? You're a moron.
Yeah. Well,
It doesn't necessarily
I,
entail that,
I told
Gigi.
you.
That's what I
I
would
told
say
you.
that too. That God created logic. God supersedes the laws of logic. He's not subject to the laws of logic. Doesn't mean that there's some sort of contradiction involved in that.
I think it's more radical than that, right?
John,
Because like,
shut your mouth. Anyway, so God doesn't have justification, meaning something that raises the probability that his beliefs are true about the laws of logic. He doesn't have a justification that the laws of logic are true, right?
I think that, well, I think that's one way to look at it. Yeah, it's just that God would have
Oh,
the
so he
probability
doesn't
of one.
fucking know it then. If knowledge is justified true belief, and he has the unjustified belief that the laws of logic are true, then he doesn't even fucking know the laws of logic are true, but he's supposed to be omniscient? You're an idiot. You're a fucking moronic, idiot, stupid fool, a retard.
I'm trying to figure out if I'm, is this trolling or?
I told you.
I,
I told you. I told you.
I think
I'm
it's
like,
just
what?
a greeting. It's just a good morning, you know.
I'm so
Um,
confused.
no, so I'm not sure. But just to be clear, so if he created the laws of logic, what kind of existence is there prior to that? Logically prior.
Hey, Andrew, I actually have to go, but please, you said you're gonna make another room. Can you please end this room so the replay gets saved, so I can put Jimmy Stevens brutally humiliated and destroyed by Godless on my channel? I have to go, but guys, please end the room.
All right. We'll do. We'll end it. We
And
won't
I'm
lose the
sorry,
replay.
Andrew. I apologize for being so aggressive in your room. I was just trying to get my video and humiliate Jimmy Stevens, who's basically admitted that God doesn't know the laws of logic are true. He's a clown. All right, I gotta go.
I love you, Godless.
Love you too. Bye.
It's all good. I mean, as long as Jimmy's okay with it, he's dealt with worse, I'm sure.
Well, he's dealt with Godless before. He just doesn't remember how she is.